Hey everybody, it is I, the artist, formerly known as the True King, coming back at you another time for the Mind Crush Palace. And this week I will refer to myself as the True ReasonKing. And there is some very specific reasoning behind that, aside from the fact that I'm just gonna pluck off some yummy blackberries right off the side of the road, because you can just do that here. Love it. And actually really good. No pesticides at worst. Maybe a little dust. Maybe you want to wash it off. But otherwise, free food. And definitely recommend, if anyone ever decides to come around to our Airbnbs out here and stuff. So, what is my reasoning as the Reason King? Well, I guess I topped another event. I topped another thing without even realizing it until weeks later when someone posted it. I'll list up right here, the whole thing. It's a list. It's a list that I think I ironically submitted before even Paris. So there's a lot of things here, a lot of similarities you'll probably notice between the two lists, but also definitely some differences. So let's lay them out one at a time. First off, Legacy of Yatagarasu. That one I decided on at Paris last minute to switch with Damage Condenser, as you saw in the previous video. And I honestly think it was probably the right call. I did like Legacy a bit, but at the same time, with the 3 Recklesses, like the last thing you really want to be doing when you're setting a trap, passing the turn, waiting until the next round to draw your cards off your draw trap. Last thing you want is to draw more draw traps. Except specifically, obviously, more Reckless because of the, I can stack draw skipping. But with Legacy, yeah, it was just not the card you wanted most of the time. I mean, I kind of like the concept in theory, where basically, because of the fact you run some equip spells and continuous spells, even though for me I only run the 1 fertilizer, but you do run the SSNs. Because of all those being so weak to Mystical Space Typhoon, having a game 1 back row that can basically bait their removal and then plus you, it had a reason. It had some reasoning. And perhaps there exists a list out there that essentially runs only those conventional draw traps without Reckless Greed. Maybe. Can't say whether or not. All I can say is when you stack them too much, it becomes a problem. Because again, you don't want to draw into draw trap, off a draw trap. So that was one. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep on picking blackberries on on this walk. Oh my god, some of them are so nice and sour. Basically, I'm just bragging how I can just keep walking and walking, and by the end of this, end up fatter than how I started the hike. But the other cards. Okay, let's move on from Legacy. Legacy, I think is cool. Definitely try it out. Maybe without Reckless. 2, running Card Destruction Magical Mallet. Now, if you're part of the Gigavice Discord, you probably have seen me talk about, discuss, and really dig into the validity of Card Destruction, Magical Mallet, and in extreme cases even Reload, where I was thinking like, okay, so the problem with card destruction and mallet is you go minus whenever you want to reshuffle your hand. Well, if we set reload and it baits back row removal, we essentially went neutral to get a fresh hand. So you can't say that it is inherently bad. Also, there were some scenarios, well actually something I've been testing more in goat format where there is no mallet, and and cold wave is at 3. It's actually kind of choice sometimes to basically, let's say you just really want to set up a cold wave turn and you have triple cold wave, just being able to in draw phase reload your hand and initially draw into that cold wave that you can immediately use in main phase 1. Again, another perk, but not exactly saying that that's definitely like the way you should be doing it. Anyway, so in testing for card destruction and magical mallet, again, they both have pros and cons, and I definitely agree that card destruction many times can benefit your opponent more than it benefits you. But turn 1, game 1, you don't really know what your opponent's on. And honestly, if you have the Lone Far Supervised combo or such, you only have the option of either Stardust or Titanial as your protection on their next play. And it is very clear, if you've played Gigabytes enough, which ones you go for depending on the matchup. So being able to immediately see your opponent's turn 1 hand before you even make your combo plays, it has its perks. In many ways, that becomes better than Dust Shoot because you have that early information. And actually another reason why, for while I was testing Drag Down to the Grave, because I mean, it is pretty good at giving you intel and then being able to rip the scariest card out of your opponent's hand, and potentially, since we're running like 75% spells and traps, hopefully you only have one monster that you want to discard, and that's it. But sometimes you really want to discard the Dandelion, but you actually have 2 monsters in hand, and when your opponent has the choice of discarding one of them, they will almost never pick Dandy. So that's definitely the downside of Drag Down. But yeah, so I think card destruction game 1 is actually very valid because of the intel. And unless you're up against a deck that doesn't benefit off milling and getting cards in grave, you just side it out games 2 and 3 and it's totally fine. Like, you only needed it for that easy game 1 W. And then mallet, again, very similar in that you get a fresh hand. Obviously, there are some things where you would rather Titanial, Dandy, Gigaplant end up in grave so you can revive it, banish it, what have you. So just shuffling stuff back sometimes is not what you want to do. But sometimes, with regards to, let's say, equip spells, let's say monsters that you would like to summon off Lone Fire Blossom but cannot because they're all in your hand, like sometimes when you open double Gigaplant and you're just like, oh great, it's great to be able to shuffle it back and then just redraw. So love that. And not gonna lie, I also kind of pushed myself to run Magical Mallet because of my boy Magical Mullet, and the fact that he inspired me to also run Call of the Haunted, even though I was technically the one that introduced him and got him hooked on the call. His rigorous plus playtesting and digging into what is the best cards to run in Gigaplant just gave me the confidence that, like, yeah, no, I'll run Call. Like, I'm someone, again, that cooks constantly, tests constantly, tries new stuff all the time. But what's the best thing? Only time will tell. Similar to Offerings of the Doomed. I really liked it. I was like, we're we're skipping our drop phases. Let's just run all three, baby. Let's run triple offer and triple reckless. Why not? No. No, definitely there are diminishing returns when it comes to popping a face-up monster where you're like, okay, I really want actual engine now. Please stop giving me removal. So yeah, so his innovation of basically cutting back on the offering, but still recognizing that it is a broken car to run. And if you already are running reckless, it's like, why not? But if you're not running reckless, then I definitely wouldn't. So that's the other thing. And yeah, I guess also running only one copy of Miracle Fertilizer. If you saw the game I played today, the game, it was just like, great, I got like Heavy Storm, Fertilizer, like Mark of the Rose, DDR, Gigaplant, and Draw Return, Trap Stun. And my opponent was on Vayu and just turn one Greffer, dump, pitch to make Armed Wing, and then just punch you for 4,000 2 turns in a row and kills you. And like, that's it. And yeah. Not fun. So yeah, no, I kind of like Call more than even the second Fertilizer, not even the third, the second. And if you followed me in how correct I was that double Brute Drago is the way to go, I think you will find this is also the way to go when it comes to these other cards that I've decided on. And yeah, if you want to be ahead of the curve, I recommend it. Along with reasoning, because again, just like, why am I the True ReasonKing? Oh my gosh, Gianluca just knocked it out of the park with how hard he cooked with bringing reasoning to Vienna. And I honestly really struggled to think of what build I would not want to run. I think there actually is one. We'll throw it up here for fun. I just beat Keegan on the stream, and I'm sure it'll be in a video or whatever, with Machina Gigaplant. And for that deck, we do run Gear Frame and Chaos Sphere, and those guys only activate their effects on normal summon. So in that situation, that unique situation, I cut reasoning. But pretty much every other scenario, aside from maybe if I'm deciding to main deck DD Crow or Breaker, yeah, reasoning is the king. And I know it, because I'm the True ReasonKing. Thanks for watching. Happy Lionsgate 8/8, whatever, fun time. I'll see y'all on the flip side in whatever parallel universe we're all transforming into. Peace!